So. Da sind wir wieder. Und versuchen unser Glück nochmal. Guck mal, ob wir wieder abstürzen. Sehr schön. Sehr schön, dass wir das nochmal machen dürfen. Also es war jetzt auch nicht wahnsinnig krass, aber es nervt halt.
I should be extra careful in this area.
Ja. Ich brauche nicht vorsichtig sein, ich muss nur aufpassen, dass das Spiel nicht abschmiert. Ah, er ist schon tot. Das ist natürlich durchaus praktisch, dass das beibehalten wird. Jetzt muss ich auch kurz gucken. Ah, da drüben ist er. Na je. Der kommt jetzt angerannt. Aber vielleicht kann ich den herpfeifen. Wo rennt er denn hin? Ich bin etwas verwirrt. Was macht er denn da oben? Ich will jetzt nicht sagen, das macht gar keinen Sinn, aber es macht schon sehr wenig Sinn. Das war jetzt aber auch blöd von mir. Das muss ich zugeben. Das war wirklich blöd. Ah, guck mal. Die prügeln sich ja mit dem. Das ist ja cool. Das ist doch schön. Kann ich da ein bisschen näher hin? Kann ich mir das genauer angucken? Also, jetzt, ja, schwupps war er tot, gell? Ja gut, wenn er den aber auch angreift. Das war jetzt natürlich auch doof von ihm. Das macht man nicht. So. Dafür ist er jetzt tot. Was war das denn wieder? Uiuiui. Oh komm, der war jetzt aber... Da war der Kill confirmed. Sag mal, dass du nicht weg kannst, wenn er diesen... Also... Das verstehe ich ja gar nicht. Das verstehe ich wirklich gar nicht. Wenn er seinen Charge macht, dass ich dann einfach dumm dreist dastehe. Aber okay. Immerhin sind sie ja Idioten. Das macht das Ganze etwas besser. Sag mal. Jetzt ist er aber auch tot. Dann können wir endlich diesen Kill confirm. So.
I'll leave all of you out.
Den nehmen wir noch mit. Hier nehmen wir mit, was wir noch klauen können. Der War Eagle. Was haben wir denn hier noch? Captain, Treasure. Ach, komm. Egal jetzt. Wir tun es noch umrüsten. Denn irgendwo haben wir was vorher gekriegt. Nee. Hier. Ja, der ist okay. Ja, da mal viel Kleinscheiß. Ja, 17. Den haben wir leider nicht. Ja, das ist nix. Ja. Gut. Wir könnten auch mal das hier alles... Oh, das ist alles so schlecht. Das gibt's ja nicht. Den Bounty Hunter haben wir auch tot. Also wir jetzt nicht direkt, aber... Pfiff, tot ist tot. Haben wir noch ein bisschen Holz zum Mitnehmen, ein bisschen Metall. So, ja, mal. Und was ist denn da drüben? Sind wir da richtig? Ja, kann man machen. Kann man machen. Wir könnten mal noch kurz schauen, wo jetzt die... Den können wir wohl. Ne, können wir noch nicht. Okay, aber 50 ist halt schon... Das ist halt schon eine Ansage, gell? Hier haben wir niemand mehr, der... Den könnten wir doch bestimmt. Ja, auch nicht. Naja. Dann wohl noch nicht. Der hier... Nö. Ja gut. Aber dann gehen wir mal hier rüber. Können wir bestimmt hinschwimmen. Da ist auch ein Hai. Schwimmen wir mal ein bisschen schneller. Da weiß ich immer noch nicht, wie ich die anständig platt kriege. Weil irgendwie ist das, dieser Kampf unter Wasser, das ist immer ein relatives Desaster. Wenn das jemand weiß, ich bin gerne für Optionen, Vorschläge, Ratschläge offen. Ansonsten machen wir uns doch auf nach Athen und machen da noch Quests und hoffen, dass dann Port dürfen wir auch wieder nicht rein. Ist uns aber egal, wollen wir auch gar nicht hin. Wo sind denn diese anderen Quests nochmal? Es ist schon wieder... Ich fühle mich, als wäre es schon wieder ewig her. Da ist eine. Und da ist eine. Ist gerade auf der anderen Seite, gell? Ja, gehen wir mal außen rum. Gucken mal, ob wir da was finden. Da vorne brennt's. Aber was brennt da? Da brennt nur ein Lagerfeuer. Ich fand ja, für ein Lagerfeuer ist das ganz schön. Ja, da springen wir rein. Die Wellen hier. Ja, das könnte jetzt etwas dauern. Das, ja. Als nicht der beste Weg vielleicht. Aber manchmal muss man auch den direkten Weg nehmen. Und ein wenig Zeit. Ich glaube, außenrum wäre es auch nicht viel besser gewesen, wenn ich jetzt am Hafen vorbei hätte müssen und dann durch die Stadt. So schnell rennen wir jetzt auch nicht. Da können wir es dann auch gerade so machen. Wir sind ja gleich drüben an Land und dann geht's hoffentlich etwas schneller. Da bin ich mal gespannt. Das ist das Dock hier. Das wir erstmal nicht brauchen. Wir...
So many boats. So many people. There must be enough food here to feed Kefalonia for a year.
Sie hängt schon auch noch so ein bisschen an ihrer Insel, ja.
Better stay hidden.
Naja. Das ist manchmal echt so ein bisschen schwierig. So, wo darf ich rein, wo nicht? Also klar zeigen sie es an, aber das ist doch sehr kurzfristig. Na, gehen wir hier lang. Da gehen wir nicht durchs Vor, so wie es da oben aussieht. Gibt nur Stress. Da ist noch ein... Ach, das ist auch noch der Hafen, oder? Gucken, ob wir da... Wirklich? Da konntest du jetzt nicht hoch. Abrollen habe ich auch noch nicht ganz verstanden, ob das funktioniert, um den Fallschaden zu reduzieren. Oder wenn es funktioniert, weiß ich noch nicht genau wie. Aber damit können wir im Moment noch leben. So, mal gucken, was das hier ist. Sieht ein bisschen aus wie ein Slum.
This area will be well defended.
Ja klar, der arme Markt, der ist bestimmt gut verteidigt. Von wem denn auch, bitte? Also... So. Schauen wir, was er für uns hat. Ja, ich komme ja nicht. Ah, hier.
Why are there so many snakes?
Gute ist, es kann ja gar nicht zu spät sein, weil sie sich ja einfach nicht bewegen. So. Gucken, was er jetzt
Blessed be the
sagt.
God that sent you here. I'd have been eaten alive if it weren't for you.
I don't think they'd eat you.
But they would have certainly killed me. So thank you.
I'm always happy to help someone in need.
The world could do with more like you. Especially now.
Perikles sent me. He was worried about you. You often get tied up and surrounded by snakes?
How can you joke about this? Thugs broke into my home, dragged me here, tied me up and surrounded me with these hideous creatures. They must be stopped.
The snakes?
The thugs!
Why would anyone do this?
Politicians are easy targets in these troubled times. When they tied me up, they said I was a snake. That I should die by my own kind.
So nett von Ihnen.
Did you recognize the people who did this?
Perikles asked me to go down to the fishing district and talk with the poor and sick, to give them hope. That's how I recognized their voices.
Oh, yes.
They threw rotten food and yelled insults at me. These thugs disguised their faces, but their voices and the stench of fish were unmistakable.
Where should I look?
I couldn't see their faces, but I recognized their voices from one of the districts I visited. They're regulars at Cleon's rallies. They live in the flooded part of the city, near the wall.
Ah, da wo wir gerade waren.
I'll track them down, Metiojos. Don't worry.
Tensions are high right now. At this rate, we'll tear each other apart within the city before the Spartans can breach the walls.
Ja. So. Nachdem wir da gerade schon waren. Können wir da direkt wieder hin. Und uns den Spaß mal anschauen. Wen wir da zurechtweisen müssen. Okay.
The part of Athens I doubt Perikles is proud to talk about. There has to be a clue around here somewhere.
Ah, okay. Ja, das könnte durchaus ein Indiz sein. Die 3 Schlangen.
Snakes. Like the ones that were meant to kill Metiojos.
So. Das ist ja schon mal nicht schlecht. Das ist ja durchaus ein Indiz.
It looks like the thugs who attacked Metiojos weren't the masterminds behind this plot.
Was haben wir hier noch?
Snake bites. And someone hid the body. Though I have a feeling this death was an accident.
Ja.
This must be the house of Metiojos' attackers. But the letter proves they're just tools in someone else's plan. Whose?
What the fuck are you doing sniffing around my house?
You attacked Metiojos. I found the snakes, the letter from your friend, and a body. All here.
Perikles. We all knew the risks. Change don't happen without a bit of blood being spilled.
Solange es von anderen ist.
Why kill Metiojos with snakes?
We're prisoners in our own city because of Perikles and his crooked friends. The snake dealer told us it's time to send a message. Time they suffered.
Der Snake Dealer. Aha.
You can't take the law into your own hands. Now I need to decide what to do with you.
Cleon says it's time we took the city back from the elite. Time to fight. Don't matter what you do to us. There will be others who follow our lead.
I know someone gave you those snakes. They used you to do their dirty work. I want to know who.
Ja.
He's a real hero of Athens. No puppet of Perikles is going to stop him.
Don't be someone's puppet. Tell me where the snake dealer is.
All right, all right. He's got a camp just outside the walls. Sells his snakes from there.
It's not too late to make a difference, but we have to work together.
Maybe you're right. You didn't have to show us mercy. But where do we start?
Start here. This district is your home. Ignore the politicians and concentrate on where you can make change.
Oh.
Thank you. We will try.
So, aber
Rid Athens of this snake seller.
es ging aber schnell, dass sie sich da haben überzeugen lassen. Sagen, wer es ist und... Der Snake-Stealer. Ja, waren wir vorher schon mal. Ich wusste doch, dass hier Schlangen sind, aber...
Don't move, misterioso!
Tja.
You'll feel
Ui.
the sting of my venom.
I know she's not far. I'll find her.
I'll end you, misterioso.
Das denkst du, aber... Du bist halt ein Trottel, das ist das Problem bei der ganzen Sache. Jetzt weiß ich nämlich nicht mehr, wo ich bin.
She has to be here somewhere.
Und das hat zur Folge...
What's that?
Boah, also das war jetzt wirklich lächerlich. Das war jetzt wirklich lächerlich, dass ich den nicht...
I need to find where she went.
Als...
You can't stop me.
Sag mal... Also das ist wirklich lächerlich gerade, was hier passiert. Dass ich ihn einfach nicht treffen kann oder nicht meucheln kann. Es ist wirklich, wirklich ein bisschen scheiße. Der kann ruhig noch ein Stückchen näher kommen. Tut er nicht. Ich wollte zu ihm kommen. In der Hoffnung, dass er mich jetzt nicht sieht.
If she's hiding, she'll be nearby.
Jetzt ist aber auch gut, Kollege. Also ich verstehe ja, dass ich ihn nicht direkt, wenn er aufmerksam ist, aber es war wirklich lächerlich. Ja. Du findest niemand, es ist okay, du kannst zurückgehen. Du kannst dich beruhigen und zurückgehen. Ei. So. Jetzt warten wir kurz, bis er uns nicht mehr sieht. Was hoffentlich jetzt der Fall ist. Und jetzt probieren wir das Ganze nochmal. Boah. Dann darf ich auch nicht den Großen machen. Ei. So. Ja. Komm. Komm.
His death should keep friends of Perikles safe.
Also das war jetzt wirklich völlig unnötig. Also gut, er ist 2 Level höher gewesen, aber das war jetzt trotzdem unglaublich lächerlich. So, ja, gucken, was es da so gibt. Seine Schlangen noch töten. Aber das war jetzt... Euch gibt's auch in jeder Größe, oder? Also. Sonst haben wir hier nichts, oder? Nichts Anständiges. Naja, komm, egal jetzt. Also, das... So ein völlig unnötiger Kampf. Dass man so sagen darf. Aber wir haben es ja geschafft. Also ohne diesen Healing Skill würde ich aber total alt aussehen übrigens. Das ist wirklich essentiell. Müssen wir wieder nicht so rein, müssen wir wieder drüber klettern. So, jetzt aber. Gucken, was er zu berichten hat.
Looks like your situation's improved since we last met.
Danger has passed for now. But while those monsters are out there, no one is safe.
A group of fishermen tied you up. They were being used by a snake dealer working for enemies of Athens.
What did you do with them?
I showed them the error of their ways and sent them on their way. They won't be bothering you again.
Ja, wir sind halt
Glad
nett.
no blood was shed. But how do you know they won't return?
I made it very clear that doing anything stupid would make me angry.
Well, that must have been a terrifying experience for them. Thank you for your help, Mystios. I'll be sure to mention this to Perikles.
Ja, ist doch schön. So. Und der andere ist hier. Den machen wir jetzt auch noch. Dann wird er am besten besten lang können. Hier drumherum ist, glaube ich, ganz okay. Entschuldigung.
Careful. High security here.
So, und wo ist jetzt jemand, den wir suchen? Das war jetzt auch wieder sowas. Wo ich mich frage, warum? Also das hat halt auch wieder gar keinen Sinn gemacht, dass er ganz hoch springt. Hier muss ich auch gar nicht hin. Boah, gerade bin ich echt etwas orientierungslos. Das muss ich sagen darf. Jetzt aber. Mann. Also heute läuft es noch nicht richtig rund. Scheiße spielen, abstürzen. Das,
You must be the one Perikles sent.
I am. He said there was an ostracism vote, but didn't tell me what I'm here to do.
Of course he didn't. That's what I'm for.
To do to be. Ostracized.
Anyone seen as a threat to the city or the people is enough. And then it is up to the vote. Some have been ostracized for simply being more disliked than the person they're up against.
klingt ja super.
What's my role in this?
The votes have already been cast. We don't have long before they're counted. Take the Ostraka in this bag and exchange him with the ones currently under guard.
You want me to rig the ostracism?
Perikles does. And he has his reasons, I'm sure. Bring me the bag you took from the room and I'll take care of the rest.
No one will see me go in or out. Stay here.
Da, schauen wir mal, ob das so ist. Oder ob wir weiter stümpern wie die ganze Zeit jetzt gerade schon. Wir gucken mal, wer und was wo ist. Da ist jemand, da ist jemand. Okay, da gehen wir natürlich nicht rein. Gucken, ob der hier rüber kann. Das wäre wunderschön.
That whistling is driving me mad.
Ja, freilich. Seid ihr. Da ist niemand. Also ich wüsste nicht, wer hier sein könnte. Würde ich jetzt mal behaupten. Welche Richtung schaut ihr denn? Das ist echt... Ah, da ist ein zweiter, deswegen. Deswegen sehen die da so komisch aus. Nicht, da muss ich von der anderen Seite rein. Ha. Ja, gut. Dann halt so. Da oben. Also wie sie alle. Aber wirklich alle. Unglaublich behindert laufen. Was das für Architektursachen sind. Wo kein Mensch hochkommt. Das macht alles gar keinen Sinn hier. Wenn ich das mal so sagen darf. Naja. Ist auch nur er, der sucht. Ist auch nicht der von oben. Bringt uns also auch nichts. Boah, also. Jetzt ist dann auch gut. Ich glaube, echt ist einfach hier rüber zu gehen. Aber jetzt habe ich mich halt hier in so eine Kacksituation gebracht, gell? Eigentlich muss ich... Ne, ich kann schon hier raus. Muss ich ihn hier vielleicht... entfernen. Ja, man könnte die auch natürlich immer ausnocken, aber wieso denn?
That should do it. I should let Perikles' contact know.
So, wir waren ja gar nicht hier, wir haben nichts gemacht, deswegen brauchen wir uns auch nicht ducken und verstecken. Wir sind ehrbare Bürger, die nichts zu verheimlichen haben. Sage ich jetzt mal so. Ich spreche natürlich nur für mich. Und dann haben wir alle 3 Quests von Perikles gemacht. Gucken wir mal. Was dabei rauskommt. Ich habe ja den Eindruck irgendwie...
all over the Greek world. You wouldn't think the city was besieged by an army of Spartans.
Ich habe den Eindruck, dass alle irgendwie lügen.
It's done.
You work quickly.
What are you going to do with them?
Dump them in a well. Ah, it looks like the official has arrived.
The votes have been tallied. Overwhelmingly, the people have decided that Anaxagoras should be ostracized from Athens.
Aha. Ja.
Be slow to fall into friendship, but once you do, continue firm and constant. It will be more difficult for me now that Anaxagoras must leave Athens. We were quite close, although he and Perikles were much closer. It's strange, Perikles wasn't here today to defend him.
Would Pericles normally defend someone?
A good friend? Of course. Yet, Anaxagoras seems pleased with the result. This day has brought more questions than answers.
Den Eindruck habe ich auch.
You said you were close.
He was like a mentor to me. Many of my best thoughts came to fruition through our conversations.
Who are you?
Ask anyone and they'll tell you Socrates. But a name gives you nothing. Our actions determine who we are, and every action has its pleasures and its price. With that said, then, who do you claim to be?
My name is Cassandra.
And still, I don't feel I know you. Perhaps I can find out who you are a different way.
You want to know me?
Knowledge is the one good in this world. Surely you agree?
Ja, ja, klar.
Of course. Knowledge drives everything I do.
Then we are the same in that way.
Knowledge of when to attack, what weapon to use, or when to use reason instead of violence.
We seem to put our love of knowledge into practice quite differently.
I use it how I need to.
You are clearly someone who would do whatever you feel is necessary. Perhaps for drachmi, or maybe to further a personal goal.
That describes a lot of people.
I suppose I'm curious why you did it. How could I not be when you're the reason my friend is being forced to leave the only home he's ever known?
I did what I was asked to do.
And your needs are greater than those of the man you helped ostracize. Still, you raise a fine point. Who is more responsible? Anaxagoras for getting himself mixed up in this? Or you, for simply sealing his fate?
I'm not responsible for his actions. I have one thing to think about, my own.
Then I hope you also think about today. About Anaxagoras, about choice.
Ja,
Socrates.
bestimmt.
There you are.
Here I am.
You're late. They're all waiting for you.
I wish to see Anaxagoras' fate, and so I have. Tell them I'm on my way. Well, it seemed our conversation is at its end. Although I hope it isn't the final one we have.
Bestimmt
know.
nicht.
That's everything Pericles wanted. Time to return to him and find out what these Athenians know about my mother.
So. Guck noch kurz, ob die Schuhe was können. Hunter wohl. Ja, wir können schon mal die machen, weil das ist sonst geht ja nicht viel. Wir könnten ja jetzt gerade beim Schmied mal gucken, wie das denn mit diesem Engraving so ist. So. Ah, okay. Ich kann quasi in meine Rüstung oder ähnliches. Ah, okay, alles klar. Die hier noch einen dazu haben. Ah, okay. Ich verstehe. Ich verstehe. Ja, aber jetzt nichts dabei, wo ich jetzt sage, das ist wahnsinnig wichtig. Jetzt erstmal, wenn ich hier auf dem Level bleibe, auf dem ich so auf dem ich mich bewege, dann ist ja vollkommen in Ordnung, aber dann irgendwie 2 Level drüber ist dann halt nicht ohne, da muss man dann, wie bei ihm vorher, vielleicht die unschöne Art des Kämpfens wählen, aber es funktioniert ja auch. Am Ende zählt ja nur das Ergebnis. So. Gucken wir mal, was er jetzt weiß. Mal gucken, ob sie mich überhaupt reinlassen. Ja. Perikles, was weißt du über unsere Mutter? Berichte uns.
Cassandra, it's you!
Aha.
Phoebe,
You promised we'd see each other again, and now we have.
I also said stay out of trouble.
Which I have. Okay, almost out of trouble.
How did you even get here, Phoebe?
Well, I did make some drachmi working for Marcos.
So you paid someone to bring you to Athens?
Not exactly.
Phoebe...
I needed a drachmi for when I arrived. I couldn't use it all to leave, and I didn't want to wait any longer. So I sneaked on a ship. Don't worry, nobody saw.
Das ist ja
Just
super.
can't believe you made it.
I don't remember much of Athens from when I was a baby. But every once in a while, something feels familiar. It's nice.
I can't believe you're here.
Me either. I can't believe we both made it to Athens. It's so much different from Kefalonia.
But what are you doing here?
I'm here to get you ready. I have to make sure you leave all your weapons and change into these clothes.
So you somehow work here? For Perikles?
No, for Aspasia.
I don't understand why I have to change.
It's just what you do here. I felt weird at first, but you forget about it pretty fast.
And my weapons?
Don't worry, I'll take care of them. We don't want to scare people in there.
Well... How is it you're working for Aspasia?
Well, I did get into a little bit of trouble after I got to Athens. I may have been a leader of a small group of orphans that tried to cheat Aspasia. We didn't know it was her, though.
And you convinced her to hire you?
No, she asked me on her own.
That was lucky.
Ja.
I think I'm ready to go in.
You can't. Not like that, anyway. The Athenians like it best when you try to fit in. But don't worry, I have just the outfit for you.
Ja,
I'll
komm.
get changed. Promise you'll take care of my things?
Yep. Leave your weapons in the corner, and I'll come back when you're done.
I feel uncomfortable in this.
Now you look like everyone else.
Ja.
You say that like it's a good thing.
It is. If you want them to take you seriously, this is the easiest way. Trust me.
Is that everything?
You're all ready to go in. Don't worry. You've done scarier things than this.
Da bin ich mir nicht sicher.
Struggling to think of any right now. Are you sure I can't keep just one weapon with me?
No weapons. Now hurry and go in. Oh, and don't leave without saying bye.
So.
Here, Cassandra. The mighty mercenary and traveler has finally made her grand entrance. Only slightly late, too.
Herodotus! Athenians have no problem letting me know when I'm not welcome. It's a relief to see your friendly face.
Don't let the company here tonight intimidate you.
I won't.
Perikles is no king. He needs these guests to love him so that the people love him. And they, in turn, need Perikles. You're not different from any of them.
Do you really think these people will help me?
They will if you get them to trust you. And you've wisely dressed for the occasion. Appearing trustworthy is the most important part of being trusted, after all. Now then, come, let me introduce you to everyone. They may not look it, but this group holds the way to the future on the tip of their opinionated tongue.
Ich habe den Eindruck, das ist genau wie der Kult, nur dass man offen miteinander umgeht. Also vom Aussehen her.
Two of the most celebrated playwrights to date. No one can throw stones as far as they can. They appear to be locked in some kind of intellectual struggle, as is their way.
He's a writer of comedies, of all things. Comedies, Euripides.
It looks more like a lover's quarrel to me.
Hermippos has also written his fair share of comedies. You should drink more. Lately, his attitudes have garnered him more notice than his works. However, the fellow beside him, Protagoras, is a sophist worthy of as much praise as the great Socrates himself.
Inviting Socrates seems like a good way to ruin everyone's night. I'm surprised they would let him in the door.
Oh, don't let Socrates get under your skin. At least he wore shoes for the occasion. And the poor thing gesticulating like an ape is Thrasymachos. If you listen closely, you'll notice he and Socrates are actually arguing the same points. But the wind from his wild gestures deafens him to critique.
That isn't at all what I mean.
Where is Perikles?
Oh, he never attends his own parties. Which reminds me, there's something I need to get his help with.
Vile Socrates, always appearing where I least expect him. Warrior, protect me from his amorous gaze. Oh, Alcibiades, this is not a time for jealousy, but for love.
Alles klar.
Let's not use Alcibiades as an example. Be good and don't drink too much. So, tell me, what does a Mystios like you think of a party like this?
This is going to be a long night. Party should be about vomiting up blood, not vomiting up poetry. These people are so clean.
If these guests aren't to your own unique tastes, then just focus on why you came here in the first place.
Thank you, Herodotus.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Perikles is here somewhere, and I need to prepare him. If he's alone, I'll tell him what your brother said.
Agreed. Perikles needs to know. I'll stay here and look for clues.
I hope they know something about your mother.
Ja, schauen wir mal.
Yes, you come and talk to this infuriating air-blooded. I've had my fill.
Perhaps later. First, explain to me your point again.
So, gucken, was hier abgeht.
Someone's being hurt. Open this door or I'll kick it in!
No, don't mind her. She likes to watch. Look at you. Such authority. such aggression. I can see why Perikles has taken such an interest in you. Did you come to join us?
It sounded like someone was in pain.
Well, it can sometimes be hard to distinguish between sounds of pleasure and pain. Had I known you were going to knock, I would have left my door wide open for you.
I only came to this symposium to find someone.
Sounds like we can help each other then, doesn't it? You fetch us a bit of oil, I help you find who you're looking for. Maybe they're in here.
She's not in there.
I think I'll check all the same.
After your display earlier, it's probably safer I get the oil.
Obedient, too. I knew I liked you. Don't take too long.
Ja, freilich, wir machen ja so Schmarrn. Get the oil. Haben wir schon. Haben wir es irgendwann mal mitgenommen und wissen es nicht.
Just can't stay away, can you? Did you bring the oil?
I might be back.
If you come back with a jar of oil, I promise to show you how grateful I am.
Okay. Nun muss ich also selber gucken. Hier beim Essen. Nee. Wo könnte denn... dieses Öl rumfahren?
I suppose you've come in here to mock me for my fight with Euripides.
Spare me. I'm only looking for clues to help me find the Spartan woman.
A Spartan woman in Athens. Sounds intriguing. Though, if you expect me to notice someone other than myself, you expect too much. You could talk to Euripides. He's the second most worldly man here. That pediculous, xanthodontus, exophthalmic Morosov. But he doesn't talk without a drink.
I have no idea what that meant.
No, you don't.
So we get him drunk and he talks. He sounds more Argive than Athenian.
Impressive foreigner. Euripides is from Argos.
All right. If nothing else, this party could use the help.
You need to pick the right wine for this task. The kitchen should have what you need. Let me know when Euripides is done in, and I'll slip away unseen.
I'll get the wine.
Wonderful. Now, if you want some friendly advice, Aristophanes cannot stand sweet wine. I've seen what it can do to him. Absolutely, horrifyingly delightful.
It wouldn't be a party without someone losing their stomach. I'll let you know if your plan worked.
So.
Save for that arrogant playwright. I don't see many distinguished guests in here. Can I help you with something?
I'm here for your sweet wine.
Yes, take it. But get out of my kitchen. I'm very busy, you know.
Das können wir uns ja alles noch überlegen, ob wir das machen. Ja,
A new face in Perikles' abode. Ha! That in itself is a remarkable thing. You must have seen me doing my impression of Cleon. I call it the Orange Ape. Tell me, what does it think?
I am called many things. It isn't one of them.
What do you call yourself then? Creature of many names?
Cassandra.
I wouldn't peg you as a Cassandra, but never mind. I'm Aristophanes, and this man is Euripides. Oh, go on. Introduce yourself.
I'm Euripides.
For a playwright, you're not much for words.
Good men lead quiet lives, as old Euripides likes to say. Don't you, Euripides?
When I need to relax, I start a fight. For you, though...
Quickly! Bring him some wine so that he might say something clever.
After my argument with Sophocles, I think I'd rather keep my head clear.
I'm only here because I'm searching for someone.
And yet it gave us the distinct impression it was here to fill our wine. Let's focus on that first, shall we?
Wow.
I'm Perikles' new servant. I'd be happy to bring some wine.
An Athenian servant, you. And these are wine-pouring muscles.
I was a rower on Perikles' ship where he took pity on me. Now I pour wine for people who question my word. And his.
I wasn't questioning, perhaps one drink.
Why don't you just apologize to Sophocles?
It's he who should apologize to you.
Sophocles is a friend, and one good friend is worth an entire family. He just needs time to recover from his outburst.
Perikles has invited all of you here for some reason.
Either we dine here and praise Perikles, or we dine with Cleon. But Cleon has all the charm of a typical politician. A horrible voice, bad breeding, and vulgar manners.
Ja, dann.
Let's conjure Dionysos, shall we?
This is pure swill.
Amateur. In my day, this would be considered nectar of the gods. Another round!
Ready for more?
I can hardly stomach this pig's piss.
I could outdrink both of you with one hand. Let's have some more!
Ja, freilich, wenn du magst.
This wine is terrible.
You, I like you. Who brought you here?
I brought myself. I'm on the trail of a woman who fled Sparta a long time ago.
Fled? Why?
She lost 2 children. She had no choice.
She fled to heal a broken heart. Euripides, write her into a play.
I've heard Spartan mothers go to a sanctuary in Argolis to beg Asclepios for his divine pity. I should know, it's my home.
After what she went through, I'm not sure she'd trust priests.
Then she sought my friend, Hippocrates. He's a physician, best of the best. He still keeps his office in Argos. If she went to him for help, there's no doubt he'd have given it.
I love getting drunk and singing. Come back if you want to sing with me.
I'll think about it. Hippocrates in Argos. Here I come.
Also, das mal, der muss ja auch noch mit ihm reden.
How's Euripides? Drunk, I hope.
How do you know Perikles?
I believe you mean to ask me, how does Pericles know you? I'm the greatest dramatist in the land, mentor to Euripides, lover of Asclepios, father of theater, and so on, and so on.
I'm sure it's a real honor to have you hiding in his kitchen. You're awfully worked up over Euripides. You sure you're just friends?
I'm never just anything, foreigner. Though I confess, Euripides and I hold a bond deeper than brotherhood. Why he slams it with a banal young plaything, Aristophanes, I will never know.
Ja.
You can stop hiding in here. Euripides won't notice you coming out. He won't notice anything.
Hiding? Heed this. War has come to Athens. First they take our homes, then they take our heads. I intend to be found with at least my dignity intact. Or what's left of it anyway. If you see Perikles, tell him I said thank you for another colorful evening.
Okay. Jetzt machen wir noch ihn hier.
Just can't stay away, can you? Did you bring the oil?
You've grown up in Perikles' home, and yet you're so different.
No one is like Perikles. And he's only slightly more serious than usual, too. Athens is under siege, and he worries for her future. Which is why tonight is a fine time to celebrate what may be our last taste of freedom.
When you walked in, you seemed like you and Socrates were...
How I wish you were right. One day we will have that man in here with us. I promise you that.
I come bearing gifts.
We're saved! Today, these women grieved for their sons, and these men worked the wall. But tonight, we forget all of that. Let's have some fun! What do you say? Care to join us?
Now, it's time for you to help me, Ali. I'm looking for someone.
All business right until the end. I like that.
Focus. I'm looking for a woman who fled Sparta a long, long time ago.
Fled Sparta? No one flees Sparta. But let's pretend she did. If she were stupid, she'd be dead. If she were smart, she'd do what Aspasia did. She'd earn her independence. The smartest and most resourceful women I've ever met have been in Corinthia.
Theatera? I've heard they play some sort of role in Corinth, but I assumed it was the same as any other city.
Oh, no. These women are unlike any other you'll meet. A force, and the only ones there with any smarts.
Ali! Come back inside!
Ooh, the celebration continues. When you reach Corinth, find Anfusa. No one goes in or out of the city without her knowing. Until we meet again, warrior.
Ich habe ganz andere Informationen hier.
It's not much, but it's a start.
So. Sokrates.
If it isn't the one who agrees that knowledge is most important.
I think we agreed our use of that knowledge couldn't be more different.
You remember. Perhaps our conversation can continue.
You really intend to use this young destruction to avoid the point being argued?
If you've been arguing this long and you haven't agreed yet, just give up.
We're discussing the nature of rules. We're better to do so than here. I'll ask you the same question I asked Thrasymachos. Would you agree that the act of ruling is an art?
It is an art, as all worthy undertakings are. That is not up for argument.
Yet, medicine is for the betterment of the patient, and not the physician. Carpentry improves the building, not the builder. Then, is the art of ruling not for the betterment of the ruled rather than the ruler?
Don't be absurd!
This argument between you two is pointless.
Perhaps. How do you define art?
I'm not getting dragged into this.
Very well. Answer this. Does the artist not give form and symmetry to her subject?
Well, yes.
Laws and justice do much the same for people, do they not? And is there any better way to communicate the story of a people than by revealing its customs and laws? If yes, then ruling, and thus justice, must be an art, as Thrasymachos says.
If you say so.
Aspasia.
Oh. Gehen wir mal zu ihr und schauen, was wir hier rausfinden können.
Hard on Socrates. He really has a brilliant mind, even if he comes off a little strong.
He isn't always like that, is he?
Ah, Phoebe. Perikles has retired to the balcony already, has he? His ability to sneak off and sulk is second to none.
I can go get him, and Cassandra can help. Everyone listens when she talks.
That'll be fine. Run along. Cassandra will be right behind you.
Steht also nicht mit
allow
ihr.
me to introduce myself. My name is Aspasia. I had to go to great lengths to cover up your work in Megalis.
I did what I had to, and I'd do it again. I make no apologies.
We do what we must to survive, and there's no shame in that. It's how you got here, how I got here. The clothes, they fit you well, I trust.
Ja.
These may be the nicest clothes I've ever worn, but I feel a bit uncomfortable, to be honest.
You never really get used to them. It seems we have the attention of the entire room without a single eye being fixed on us. If you'd like to talk, do it now, and do it discreetly.
I'm searching for a woman who fled Sparta with her child years ago. I was hoping you might help.
What clues do you have to her whereabouts?
A physician named Hippocrates may have seen her in Argos.
He's a good man. If you find a woman named Agathi there, do let her know Aspasia sends her regards. What else?
Alcibiades gave me the name of a woman in Corinth.
I'm sure he did. My dear friend, Anthusa, is the only one I know who's enjoyed a life in Corinth through legitimate means. Mostly legitimate, anyway.
That's all I have.
There is another option. In a former life, when I needed something done or someone found, I contacted a friend. An admiral of a sort.
What's his name?
Her name is Xenia. When we last spoke, she was in chaos. A word of caution. When you go to her, be on your guard. Sea life makes a monster out of most people.
Thank you, Aspasia.
When you're done, return here. Together, we will find who you're looking for. Now do me a favor and get Perikles to come down here and greet his guests.
Aber wir holen erstmal Perikles und dann gucken wir, was hier sonst noch so passiert.
Cassandra!
I didn't send for you. No matter how you've dressed for my party, Phoebe shouldn't have let you in.
Aspasia told me to come find you. She wants you to come down to the party.
She says I don't interact with our guests enough. But these parties aren't for me. Technically, you're a guest. If you join Herodotus and me, that should be enough for her, don't you think?
You really don't want to go downstairs, do you?
When your days are spent speaking in front of crowds, you begin to crave these moments of silence.
Or as silent as I let it be, at least.
Phidias was awaiting trial, but you had me get him out of Athens. I figured you, of all people, would want to follow the law.
Phidias is a very dear friend. I didn't want to risk him being found guilty. And of course, there were other threats.
So you knew?
I know he's delusional, but one day when you have a friend you'd do anything for, you'll understand.
Natürlich.
I don't understand why you had Anaxagoras ostracized. Socrates said he was your friend.
I won't risk the lives of those close to me if there's something I can do about it.
So you did this to protect him?
Anaxagoras understood my fears. 10 years may be a long time, but at least he'll be safe.
Ja, das ist ja sehr nett von ihm.
Why send Metiochos to the fishing district if it's dangerous?
I would never have sent him into danger willingly.
It seems you have many loyal friends.
My people are important to me.
Your life is in danger.
Yes, Herodotus was saying. This cult doesn't worry me. I have my life threatened by far worse people every day. My true concern is Athens. I fear for her future.
The Spartans aren't your real concern, Perikles. The cult is coming, and they're bringing their strongest weapon.
Listen to her, Perikles. The Spartans are immediate. A cult's threat is ambiguous.
I'm related to one of the cult members, and I believe him when he says they're coming after you.
Sound counsel to consider. I'll be sure to let my men know, regardless.
Aspasia sent me to see what's taking you so long.
Tell Aspasia I'll be right there. I suppose this is where our conversation ends. Thank you again for helping me. I hope my guests are able to help you in your search.
Ja, ein bisschen. Aber wie gesagt, man wird sehen. So, jetzt schauen wir mal, was... Irgendwas muss ja jetzt passieren. Ups, Entschuldigung. Reden wir mit ihr
I'll
nochmal?
help you however I can during your travels.
Okay.
You look tired.
Only of conversation. I think that's the most talking I've ever done.
See? You didn't need the weapon after all. Are you leaving?
Ja.
I've had enough Athenian hospitality to last me a lifetime.
You'll get used to it. It's nice. What are you going to do now?
There's a woman on the island of Chaos that I need to meet. I think I'll head there first.
I've heard there are pirates there.
I'll be sure to be careful.
Ja.
Good.
Gucken wir mal, wo wir dann tatsächlich hingehen.
Not going to beg to come along this time?
Nope. I'm happy here. And this isn't Kefalonia. That means you'll be back.
That's very true.
Plus, I really like working for Aspasia. She says she has a mission for me.
I'll see you soon, Phoebe.
Bye, Cassandra!
Ja. Das war doch jetzt gar nicht so schlecht. Das heißt, als nächstes können wir da weitermachen. Wir können aber auch noch auf Kosmos. Island of Misfortune. Okay. Upgrade the Spear. Das könnten wir jetzt zum Beispiel noch machen. Aha, aha, aha. Ich wollte ja eigentlich... Das hier ist es doch, oder? Nee. Ah, doch. Ja, das ist doch ganz gut. Dann machen wir da mal weiter und das nächste Mal und upgraden dann auch noch unseren Spear und gucken mal, was wir so machen. Dann hoffe ich, es hat euch gefallen und wir sehen uns vielleicht beim nächsten Mal. Bis dann.